Millions in video games.
Oh, this is so strange. You know, you teach kids year after year, but you never know how they turn out. Look at you. You turned out just great.
Hey, 75 was a big year for me. My grades were in the toilet. I was ready to bail till they brought in Attila.
I don't think that's happened yet.
Well, I don't know, but if I were you, I sure wouldn't wave goodbye.
And if I were you, I sure wouldn't jog without a moo-moo.
Is that so? Well, just let me tell you something,
Oh, Blanche, please, let's not do this. Let's grow up, for God's sake.
Jen? Dorothy? What's the matter? Something wrong?
That thrill of victory. The agony.
Last night in kitchen about going to St. Gustav's, learning to come in out of the rain.
My very favorite doll.
Dorothy, let it go. Anyway, that trip changed her life, and now I must have courage to change mine. I'm going back with what I learned.
Well, nothing. He didn't send a letter.
Well, that is unbelievable. I wrote him 2 days earlier. I did the dumbest thing. I walked out of this house and completely forgot it's a full moon. Under those conditions, a Sunshine Cadet Master must wear full headdress. Here I come, girl.
How long will it last? I mean, will it go away? Does it get worse? Does anyone die from it?
Well, no one has died from it. We don't know how long it lasts. Some people seem to recover in months, some still have it after 10 years. But that happens in other diseases as well. You take multiple sclerosis. Some people have 20-year remissions. Others wind up in wheelchairs.
Of course it's our business. We're friends. We're roommates. I have no secrets from you. My whole life is an open book.
Your whole life is an open blouse. Plaid polyester. Rose, you have something in a size 6?
Come on, Ma, I'll help you pick something out. Must be Raymond.
I'll be right out. I just have to get some hot candy and my donut pillow. Daughter, I know everything, and frankly, I'm not thrilled. Of course, if you want to break your mother's heart and leave the priesthood, that's between you and the Vatican. But there are a few things you should know about Dorothy before you get carried away.
So, Frank, if you made your decision, I think I can serve God and the church.
Last week I left him a stool sample. If I can talk to him about that, you can tell him your own.
Leonard, help me out here. Where on that diet I...
Back in Brooklyn. Ebbets Field. Remember those warm summer nights, sitting in the bleachers, eating hot dogs, rooting for the Dodgers and kissing passionately between innings?
Stanley, you never took me to Ebbets Field.
No?
No! If you don't mind, I would like to see this, Michael.
You and the rest of Miami. Sorry, the entire engagement is sold out. Michael!
Do you know who that is?
Sure, it's the guy from the Pepsi commercials. Pepsi commercial. No, I saw her come in here.
Rose. Honey, are you in there?
Rose, please come out and talk to us.
Go away. I never want to talk to you two again.
Look, Rose, honey, you have every right to be angry. What we did was inexcusable. But, Rose, at least let us... Rose, it'll be fun. You like square dancing.
No, thanks.
Oh, Rose, you're only going to be dancing with men. You can't kill them by doing that.
Nope, no more men. That's it for me.
No more men. My God, I would die. I would just die.
It's not like no more food, Blanche.
It's worse.
There are many women who live happy.
Oh, thank God I can't live with myself anymore. Take me.
Blanche!
Dorothy, please, stay out of this. I know what's best. Just slap the handcuffs on me. The bed's this way.
You know what's funny? I was supposed to be Mr. Mailman today.
Well, excuse me for buying off the rack.
Sophie, is it really you? You're supposed to be dead.
Hold that thought. Rose, you forgot to tell these people I was alive, didn't you?
And I made the freaking punch and I made the freaking decorations.
Girls, I dropped off the folder, talked for 2 hours, helped him pick out his tie sock hanky combo, and came home. Now, nothing else happened. I swear. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, how are we going to help him get out of this?
Well, I'd love to stick around and be belittled, but...
Fine, fine. You've eaten. Go somewhere else and wallow.
Better be careful, Dorothy. You're not the only ex-wife I have.
Then why do you keep bothering me?
You're the only one who answers the door.
Everything will be fine. But just to be on the safe side, I'll swing by here tomorrow afternoon.
I just bought some postcards to remember the trip.
I don't need postcards, Pussycat. I'll remember this trip for a long time. Oh, just our luck. The rain lets up when we're leaving.
Hey, Ma, we still have a little time, and there's one more thing I want to show you to make this terrific weekend. Why did Clayton say the two of you slept together if you hadn't?
Because he's trying to hide something about himself from Blanche. I don't even feel right saying it out loud. Maybe if I just whispered it.
Miserable, no good, low life. You told me your mama was having surgery.
She is.
Blanche, please let me explain. Why? So you can make up some cockamamie story about how you're just two ships that passed in the night and it'll never happen again? Save your breath. I've heard all that before.
You have?
Yes.
Convinced I'd blown it. I was sure I'd made a bad first impression. But then I met Rose, and I realized I could have shown up naked playing a ukulele and still gotten the room.
Oh, it's been such a lovely day. Mr. Sunshine really gave us one of his biggest and brightest smiles. Oh, I feel like putting...
It's a calendar. Each month has the picture of a man who's brought some special joy into my life.
Oh, Blanche, oh, honey, this is so thoughtful. Whoa! Chances equally.
Equally, I figure your share should be about half. After all, you're the one who killed her.
Let's just hurry up and get this over with.
Oh, Blanche, try...
Should get to keep Mr. Ha's kidney.
Guess who's back? That's right! And now it's time for the Mr. Ha-Ha birthday roundup. When I call your name...
Well, you're not going to believe this. I've just been talking on the phone for a half hour, and guess what?
You forgot to dial first?
Oh, we're 2 times together. You truly are a considerate, compassionate, understanding woman. A lovely woman. Delicate, innocent, enchanting.
Hi, Pussycat. How was school?
Oh, I hate those smart kids. They may be our brightest, but they're also our rudest, considering most of them are guests in our country. Oh, give me a clap.
Dorothy, are you ever jealous of me?
Every day of my life. Blanche, why don't we go out there and do a duet?
Do you know Crimea River?
Oh, no, I don't.
Good. We'll do that. market for some cookies and bean dip. Oh, hell, I'll just take the damn thing off in the car.
Oh, Blanche, I'm glad you're here. I have something to tell you.
What is that you're holding?
Oh, I bought a new gown.
Oh,
Try. I'm gonna laugh instead.
Well, now, to be honest, it is a little difficult for me. I mean, everything happened so fast. My God, you and Lucas probably haven't even slept together yet.
Blanche, don't be ridiculous. I mean, I know...
or Dynasty, or Falcon's Landing, or one of those. They're all the same.
Oh, I thought you were the one.
Oh, please. I could never do anything like that. If you saw my brother-in-law, you'd know why.
Now, look, Rose, you're gonna have to go tell. I'm not a Gabor.
You're telling me. Listen, big news. Zsa Zsa's coming to town.
Gloria is coming here?
I wish I knew why you two didn't get along. I just don't understand it. For some reason, you've always been jealous of my good daughter.
Mosh,
you already forgot lessons 1 and 3. Quit being an idiot. I stole $40 from you while you were listening to that cockamamie story.
She's not back yet?
No.
I don't understand. What could they be doing all this time?
You know what they're doing.
Yeah, I also know Stan. We were married for 38 years.
And country, with you coaching me, I can make the big leagues right here. And we'll still have each other. What do you say we go out and celebrate, huh?
I'm sorry, Stevie, but I cannot go out with you tonight.
It's the dress, isn't it?
It's not the dress. Well, you were ready to write me off yesterday, mother and a friend.
No, she wasn't, Blanche. Honey, you're still a mother. And even though your kids are grown up and act like they don't need you, they do.
I'm not so sure about that, Dorothy.
You're absolutely right, Dorothy. And I'll tell you something else. A mother sometimes needs her children even more.
I'm sorry, Blanche. I've given you some really bad advice here. Look, Stanley, if you're here to beg me again to go to that reception, forget it.
Hey, Stanley's born act does not beg, okay? I'm a man. I have my self-respect.
Rose, you're home early.
Yeah. I called Charlie's company today, and it turns out they have a legal right to cut off the pension. Well, I don't make enough at the counseling center to live without that pension, so I figured I'd better get a new job.
I'm helping her. Look, we're going through the classifieds and cutting out ads that might be of some interest to her.
Single white man, one, but we love each other and...
Excuse me, Snoop?
Liar.
Rhino?
Lizard. It's real love, Mr. Benson. It's an honest love. And yes, we might have secrets that we stubbornly try to hide from each other.
Python?
Swamp insect.
Like that. More power to you.
Hello there, Barbara.
Hi, Dorothy, Rose. I certainly hope tonight will help us forget what happened the other night.
I already forgot what happened the other night. But then again, I'm 82 years old. This morning I forgot my cat's been dead for 20 years. Well, what do you think?
Ma, this is a rundown old concession stand.
You can't live here.
We're not living here. We leased it.
It took every dime we had.
You built it much since it burned down and gone with the wind?
Oh, Big Daddy, I'm glad you're here.
Well, I see you all getting acquainted. How are you, darling?
Oh, Big Daddy, we need to talk.
Rose, honey, let's show Margaret how you make the hose dance around when you turn it on full blast.
I'm going to finish it tonight. I don't care if I never sleep a wink. It's just like giving birth, Rose. Once you get started, you can't stop.
Actually, you can, Blanche, because there was nothing special about him. He wasn't talented, he wasn't smart, he wasn't rich, he wasn't handsome, he wasn't good at anything.
If he also wore a bad toupee, she could be describing my Stanley.
Anyway, it made Tunder's wife miserable that her husband was best known for being...
There wouldn't be enough sailors to go around.
Dorothy, your life doesn't have to be dull. It's up to you to make it interesting.
Oh, I know. You're right.
So get off your duff and do something.
There's a lecture at the school tonight. Oh, Barbara Thorndike is going to speak. Maybe I'll go to that.
Who's Bob? When did you start, Sophia?
Oh, late. Not till I came to this country. In my village, hairy legs were a sign of beauty. How do you account for that? Dumb men, hairy women?
Actually, that's not such a big surprise. You know, a lot of those... Oh, my God, he's just the sexiest man in television. And Burt Reynolds is the sexiest man in the movies. Oh, I cannot believe this. All that manliness in one room, in one crowded room, one hot, crowded room. Everybody's steamy bodies all pressed up against each other.
Blanche. Relax, you're about to set off the smoke detector.
She's the grand poobah of Slaughter. She is the easiest woman in this room.
Dorothy Spornak, you take that back.
The slut is dead. Long live the slut.
Every night when Rose would go to bed, she'd take the 3 elephants with her because they made her feel so safe and secure.
Elephant dolls.
Right, elephant dolls. Until finally one night they got so sick and tired of Rose annoying them that they went off to sleep someplace else. And 2 big old escaped convicts snuck in through the window and murdered Rose in her sleep.
That was Vinny?
Well, he must have overheard everything. He's the one who blabbed your secret.
Then you never betrayed me?
Of course not. You're my sister.
Angela.
Sophia.
I don't believe this.
I think it's sweet. Oh, myself.
We have created a poetry-writing citrus farmer who writes letters with a lavender felt pen. And Rose thinks he's the most fascinating creature on earth. Now, what do you think that says?
About Rose?
About the whole bunch of us.
Dorothy, I got a big problem.
The Metamucil.
Seemed to go against everything she'd been taught.
You're doing beautifully, Rose.
He begged, and by her coffee break, she couldn't stand it anymore. So she pulled the plug, and he died. Well, she was racked with guilt that night. Not only had she parked her car in a doctor's spot.
And then living in Hollandsworth Manor?
Wait a minute. How did you know that I was a Brooklyn Italian?
Oh, that's how Blanche refers to you in her letters.
Yes, she must be punished.
Dorothy, I believe this is the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship.
Killer cow during mating season.
Oh, I do love the rain so. It reminds me of my first kiss.
Your first kiss was in the rain.
No. What?
That's right. You see, when I like somebody, I get to make up what they look like for myself. And when I like somebody a lot, I make up a pretty nice picture.
Would it be rude of me to ask just what that picture is you have of me?
Oh, well, you make me laugh.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, what if he doesn't come back? What if I've lost him? What if I turn into a lonely old spinster and never find love again?
Oh, look, Garfield caught a fish. Oh, boy, there's just nothing like starting out the... Pregnant.
That's incorrect, but certainly not untrue. Rose.
Guy, is it better late than never?
Right you are, Rose.
Keep it on the ground. Then, when they're used to it on the ground, we attack them through the air. I've used the same formula for 60 years of lovemaking. Trust me, it works. Okay, everybody, hit the field. Yeah! You're upset because you can't play, aren't you?
Still could. You two hardly sound like old friends.
Blanche is right. We should be more positive. Dorothy, you look wonderful.
The left one turned out nice.
Dorothy!
Oh, come on, Rose, I'm just kidding. They're both practically the same size. How about giving me a hand in the kitchen?
I finally called it quits at the deli. Sold it all. Locks, stock, and barrel. Get it? Locks.
He made up that joke yesterday, but it's just as funny now as it was then.
Some jokes are timeless. So tell me, Al, what do you intend? Rose, have you seen Blanche?
I think she's in her room. Why?
I really need to talk to her.
Every time you need to talk to somebody, you go to your mother or to Blanche. Why doesn't anybody ever talk to me?
Your advice always comes with one of those damn St. Olaf stories.
I can give advice without a damn thing.
Rose, your father was a dairy farmer. You look for food in your freezer.
The psychiatrist didn't make me feel better. I feel better that you all feel better, but I don't feel any better.
Not even a little?
No. In fact, I feel worse.
Why worse?
He was my last hope.
Oh, he's our shoe repair guy. I told him you're dying to go out with him.
Harold, I'm sorry you made the trip for nothing. My mother refuses to accept the fact that I am getting married in 3 days.
So, what are you doing tonight?
Goodbye, Errol. Mom!
Actually, I'm glad to have the opportunity to talk about the pilot because when I was living in London, I'd watch American television. I'd watch Mary Tyler Moore, and especially soap. I noticed the work of a certain person, and I said, God, if I had the opportunity to have that kind of material and those kind of actors, I'd like to think that's how I would do it. And I would check the credits all the time, and it was all...
We're going to have so much fun. I know where to find the best restaurants, best nightclubs, the best men.
Blanche.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that insensitive of me? Maybe you're not ready for men yet.
You don't know the half of it.
Gene, why don't we put your suitcase in Ma's room? Ma's going to...
But I'll be back later tonight. I got a surprise for you.
Oh, did you get me something? What is it? What did you buy for me, Daddy?
Well, nothing, sugar.
Oh, fiddle-de-dee.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
This is so much fun. It's like being in Gone with the Wind.
There's something that's going to make her feel much better. Ma, don't you have something to say?
Yeah. How come when your head moves, your hair doesn't?
Ma, that's a question. Granted, a very good question, but we're looking for a statement.
All right, all right. Charlie wasn't here. It was...
Here, smell me.
I only do that with the milk, Blanche. You know the rules.
This is the last drop of that perfume Big Daddy gave me on my 21st birthday. I want to see if it still has its fragrance. After all, that was 20 years ago.
Blanche, if your 21st birthday was 20 years ago, you'd only be 41.
That's right.
Gee, you look terrible for your age.
No, there was something about him that turned me off. I think it was the way he cleaned his ears with his keys.
Hi.
You're home early. Did you enjoy yourself?
Not really. Miles' friends are all college professors. Well, Ilsa sat on his compass, and they got so lost they walked to Finland. And that's when Canute said you can't go home again.
Well, that's very,
Stupid.
Rose? Rose?
Okay, Blanche, let's go. I found your shoes. They were under Sophia's mattress.
Oh, I didn't think you'd find them that fast.
What's going on, Blanche?
My foot hurts. I think I caught what Dorothy's got.
My job. As far as I'm concerned, you're just another patient. A monk with my nose.
Rose, I realize this is a lot for you to deal with all of a sudden. You must have so many questions.
Just one, actually. Will you be having the halibut or the chicken Kiev?
I have a big announcement to make. As my mother has undoubtedly already told you, and the rest of Miami, for the past 6 months I've been seeing a doctor named Dennis.
That's your big announcement? You call your doctor by his first name?
Ma, he's her boyfriend. He just happens to be a doctor, okay?
Fine. What's the point?
Plumber, could I see some identification?
you two are the Proud Parents of the new Dolan Standard Low boy, huh?
Oh, yes, we're sending out in grave. Difficult to hear, but you're probably right.
I knew you were a quack. If you were a legitimate shrink, you would have strung us along for months.
This is just great. I mean, everything this whole night has been nothing but fun.
You really need to get out more, Rose.
Come on, Dorothy, admit you're having fun. It's kind of like being on an adventure.
An adventure? My foot. It's more like a nightmare.
Get herpes listening to this story. At what point in the evening did you finally meet George?
Well, I didn't meet George that Christmas Eve. That was the next Christmas Eve, but that was a boring story. I said I was going to tell you an exciting story.
Ladies, look, I hate to see people just drink coffee.
Not Lebanese, Blanche. Lesbian.
Lesbian. Lesbian. Lesbian.
You look exhausted.
Hey, I'm 80. I look like this in the middle of a dead sleep. So, Marguerite, what's your claim to fame?
I'm the housekeeper.
Yeah? You always wear a tiara to clean the toilet?
Ma, could I see you in the kitchen?
Hey, take it easy. I'm not going to town.
Ma.
Hey, some of Italy's finest sopranos were former mayors.
Hi, Rose.
Dorothea, I am so sorry we put you through all this. You would have made a wonderful daughter. But then you already have for your mother, Sophia. Arrivederci. Ciao, ciao. Ciao.
Oh. Whose cat is this?
Well, actually, I got it at the pound for somebody, and now they don't want him.
I was talking to Sarah Antonelli the other day. She's got a cellar full of mice, and she needs a cat. You think this guy's got the killer instinct?
Oh, I think so. Please take him, Sophia. His name is Buster. Gosh, it's Tooter the Magnificent Tiger.
Oh, I've been thinking about him ever since you told us that fable. You know how it is when you just can't get something out of your head?
Oh, yeah, water's the worst. That's why I always wear earplugs when I shoot.
How often does a hospital mix up two babies? Have you ever heard of such a thing? Well, have you?
Are you here for the methadone program?
I'm sorry, I'm here for my mother.
Surgery.
No, blood test. You?
Oh, is someone going into surgery?
Oh, say a prayer.
Oh, been a long time since I've said a prayer. I don't think God even knows who I am anymore.
God, Blanche. Blanche, God. Go ahead.
Dear God, I know it's been awful long. Well, I'm not going to declare it as income and let those lazy congressmen have my tax dollars.
Blanche, I don't want to do that.
Oh, well, all right, then just pay me under the table.
Oh, sure, I know that trick. Dorothy's done that to me before. I go under the table and you never show up. Turn out to be the most in love. That was certainly the case with Ollie Knopf-Stetlermeyer and Molly Jane Doe.
Ollie and Molly? Must we take yet another trip to Petticoat Junction?
Ollie was the mayor and our town's most respected citizen. He was also artistic. You see, Grandma was the nurse who pumped his stomach, but she was new and she attached the nozzle to the wrong place. Next thing you know, they were engaged.
Well, I don't care what's in this. It's worth a try. I'll do anything to get Norman's attention.
If you get no...
Condescending. I know it's silly, but it's doctor's orders. It's just a tool to help me get over Dorothy.
Can I hold him?
Are your hands clean?
Hello, Stan.
Gloria, what are you doing here? Usually don't like to slum it with this part of the family.
Stan, please. She's out of Money. It's just a little punching up.
You mean exaggerate the truth, create wild and colorful stories just to impress people? Dorothy, you can't do that.
Oh, I know.
That's my specialty. All right, let's see here. Found a baby robin that fell out of its tree and returned it to its nest. Make that a baby eagle. Yeah.
Have you seen this yet?
B.H. Blanche Hollingsworth. Well, Blanche must have written this when she was a little girl. Can you imagine Blanche as a little girl running and...
Dorothy, please.
Hello, Mrs. Bornak.
Mrs. Bornak is a teacher, Mr. President.
Do you have any suggestions, maybe, on how we can help with this education thing?
Bush.
Well, it's good to know.
Oh, well, whatever.
Ladies, you're forgetting something?
What?
Mrs. Claxton, we can't keep her.
Mother, there's a big market for novelties. That plastic dog do we snuck into Charlie Nadel's lunch pail was a scream. I'll bet his Cocker Spaniel will catch hell for that tonight.
Lucky me, I'm married to the old coward of Canarsie.
I just want to pick up a couple extra dollars so we can buy a television set.
Those are Malamars, Rose.
Dorothy, I want you to have a copy of my latest novel.
Scarlet Dawn at Boca Raton.
Read the inscription.
To Dorothy's Bornak. Morning, Blanche. Morning, Ma. You sleep well?
No, I have that recurring nightmare. You know, the one where I'm in bed with Warren Beatty, and he says, sorry, this is too sick even for me.
Do we have the ingredients for Kerflugenblögen?
Come on, Rose, get...
Evening gown competition.
Ma, those are totally inappropriate.
Don't worry, they come with matching panties. For when we do the cartwheels.
Ma, forget it.
Oh, come on. Mine are going to say hello and yours are going to say America.
I wanted to be Miss Olivia de Havilland myself.
Blanche, are you listening to this?
Bits and pieces.
Go on.
Well, Butter Queen was our town's highest honor. From the time I was born, my folks groomed me for it. Singing lessons, dancing lessons, junior butter pageants.
Now, when I took the stand, a hush fell over that courtroom. I told the judge exactly what I'd seen. And after my testimony, that horse thief's fate was sealed. Justice won the day.
Blanche, what the hell does that have to do with what's going on now?
Well, like any good story, mine was deliberately ambiguous. Take an awful long time?
Oh, I don't mind. I'm a very patient person. I once waited 2 whole weeks for a sty to go away. Every night I'd close my eyes and I'd picture it getting smaller and smaller. And one morning I woke up and it was gone.
Hey, Tony, when one of you guys gets a chance, would you fix that sign? Seems a little high on one side.
Yeah, sure, Frank.
No. I notice a lot of your students call you Frank.
You don't approve?
Oh, no, on the contrary. I think anything other than yo teach is an educational breakthrough.
Well, I just think that formal titles can be very...
Dorothy, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. The cab driver says we better get going if we want to make our plane.
Big Daddy, you remember Dorothy.
Hello.
Honey, I have to go now.
Someone that I don't love.
Sven, you've never even met Olga. How do you know you don't love her?
Because I know I'm in love with someone else. I'm in love with Blanche.
Never heard of that before, but it's marvelous.
Oh, you just throw together some ground pork and cabbage.
Cabbage she serves me. In 10 minutes, I could be skywriting.
His other roommate.
Hello, Dorothy.
And I'm her gorgeous 22-year-old cousin. Hey, how many chances do I get?
Hello, John. Well, how do I look?
Blanche.
Am I just the most adorable thing you ever saw?
Blanche.
What's the matter? Are you blind?
Blanche, your friend Harry wants an answer tonight. What are you going to tell him?
I haven't decided. I guess I'll know when I hear it come out of my mouth.
You'll know when you hear it come out of your mouth. This isn't a belch, Blanche. This is marriage. Will you look at this? She has more colors than Benjamin Moore painted. Now, how many junkies have gas and hot flashes?
Well, they cleaned me out, took everything I owned. All I have is what I have on.
They took your clothes?
My clothes, my shoes, girdle, everything. Thank God I'm insured.
Ma, why in the world?
2, 3 times. Once with 10 items, once with 9 items, and once with 6 items.
No, Rose. What kind of a moron would do that? Anyway,
This late, I hate to have you wait, Dorothy. Why don't you stay in my room tonight?
Well, I suppose that makes more sense than waking Dorothy.
Good. By the way, you're not a cover hog, are you?
No.
Good, because I am. The biggest pumpkin of the season.
I don't know who I'm madder at. My father for thinking he had to pay a dowry, or you for letting this go on all these years for a lousy $47.
Nobody stiffs the Petrillos.
Fine. You think your family was wronged? Let me make it right.
Teresa.
Okay, Dorothy. If that's your real name. How is that coffee? Terrific. Actor.
A very special message. And she doesn't even want me to tell her about it.
You could tell me about it, Sophia.
Really?
Oh, yes, I'd love to hear it.
Picture it. Heaven. 2 days ago. I'm holding on to Sal, telling him I'll never let go. When who shows up?
Wake you.
Oh, God.
One at a time, Blanche. Anyway, I just wanted to say I think you're still doing a terrific job. Of course, there's some things I don't understand, like poverty. And
You're starting to get on my nerves.
Good, because you're already on mine. I don't like the way you're treating Blanche. Under all that makeup and sexy talk, there's a little girl there, and for some reason or other, she's letting you take advantage of her. I can't stop her from seeing you, but I'll be damned if I'm going to hurry her up.
Who do you think you are?
A friend.
This is none of your business. Just butt out.
If you wait a couple minutes, I'll make you some sandwiches. Where are you going?
I don't know.
How are you getting there?
What do you think?
Oh, come on, Ma. You can see your lips moving.
So?
Well, a ventriloquist's lips aren't supposed to move, Sophia.
Is that common knowledge?
I'm afraid so, Ma. I mean, otherwise it would just be you talking with a sock on your hand.
Innocence of a child with luscious lips that just invite.
He knows what you look like, Blanche.
Yes, you know what I look like, and I just wanted to say, good job. Oh, but, dear God, I do have a favor to ask. Could you please spare my friend Rose? Now, I know I haven't...
And you were dressed in a petticoat, you were dressed like a lamb, and you were both getting in the car with a big scary dog.
Wolf. I was a wolf.
Better idea. Well, I guess your friend couldn't work.
Hello? Who's calling? Oh, hi. Hang on. Blanche, it's your sister Virginia.
Oh, for goodness. Virginia, honey, is that you? I swear the whole family's coming out of the woodwork. Guess what? This is the hardest thing I've ever tried to say to anybody.
You can't marry me.
Not now. Not yet. Listen, why don't you call up the kids and tell them they're spending tonight with their daddy? And then, after a while, if you... Or Dynasty, or Falcon's Landing, or one of those, they're all the same.
Oh, I thought you were the one.
Oh, please, I could never do anything like that. If you saw my brother-in-law, you'd know why.
Now, look, Rose, you're gonna have to go tell her.
Get away from the door. That's it. All right, now, why don't we get this celebration on its feet? Let's sing a few Christmas carols. Does everybody know Silent Night?
Know it. I wrote it.
You did not.
Yes, I did. I'll prove it. Silent night.
Okay, Dorothy, let's see a smile.
This one's for the camera.
And action.
Look, Grandma, I found you a real good pizza just like you used to get in Sicily.
Look, what are we sitting around here all depressed about? Just because it's Valentine's Day and our dates dumped us?
Can he play a song on those little horns?
No, but he can balance a ball on his nose if you throw him a catfish first.
This is like a Twilight Zone. Somehow we got on a train that ended up inside Rose's mind.
Yeah, when is the next train?
Oh, thank God you're here.
Arrested for prostitution. I can't believe it, Sophia.
Sophia, we're innocent.
I know that. I can't believe these dumb cops would think anyone would pay money to sleep with you.
Sophia, did you come to bail us out?
Started hitting him with your purses?
Hey, he was cheating on me.
He got off easy. Back in Sicily, if Uncle Bruno had heard about this, boy, would he have been in hot water.
Ooh, what would Uncle Bruno have done to him?
You're hard of hearing? She just told you. He would have put him in hot water.
Well, at least something good came out of this. You two are close again.
Blanche, come on now. Be happy for her. She finally met someone. I mean, you go out with lots of interesting guys.
Name one.
How about that coach from the Miami Dolphins?
Oh, yeah. That night was kind of fun. The training room, the whirlpool, the
Pussycat, I realize I was wrong by not talking to you before hiring a matchmaker. But what you don't understand is where I come from, matchmaking is an age-old tradition. For centuries, people have been happy being brought together by a third party.
I understand. And I really appreciate what you're trying to do.
To a woman who said she just won the Ironman triathlon.
I don't remember this guy calling.
How could you not remember? I told you I couldn't pick up Emily because my wife just had triplets.
Triplets? I thought you said your wife had gimlets. I figure if she wants to drink, it's her own business. Experimenting with something new, but it didn't work out.
Dorothy, he's only trying to do his job. It can't be very pleasant for him either.
Actually, as far as stakeouts go, it's kind of nice here.
I thought you couldn't hear with those things on.
You are my best friend. Just like I'm your best friend.
Best friend? Please, you aren't even my favorite child. When you were 13, there were neighbor children I liked better. Best friend. How about picking up a tab once in a while, pal of mine? Well, you know my motto, today could be the last day of the rest of your life.
Sophia, I'll bet with a few tips from me, you can have this guy Tony in bed in no time.
That's good, because that's exactly how much time we have.
does not...
Cuban. But hath not a Cuban eyes? Hath not a Cuban hands? Organs? Dimensions? Senses? Affections? Passions? Fed with the same food? Hurt with the same weapons?
Happy? We're happy.
Okay, Harry, I've just checked off your name. You're free to go. And if anybody else would care to go, feel free to. However, if you'd like to learn something, then I strongly suggest that you stay.
Did in him. Offering to make him dinner just made you look too easy.
Please, black underwear and pasties couldn't make me look easy.
Oh, Barbara,
Hello.
please, come in, come in.
Oh, hello.
These are my friends. That's
Howdy.
Black. Well, John bought me this beautiful corsage. And then when we got to the gymnasium, it was so beautiful. Anyway, when we got there, we walked in.
Over with. Since you put it that way. But only as a personal favor to you, honey. Well, I guess I better go get dressed.
Thank you, Blanche. Can you believe that backstabbing slut? Other living things.
Oh, Rose, I don't think a guy who drives around with a fiberglass termite on the roof of his van ponders many deep questions.
Blanche, what's the matter?
Oh, girls, I'm just in ecstasy. My body is tingling all over. You will never guess what just happened.
We know what happened. Let us guess what part.
My bedroom, just see if we can't loosen you up a little.
Oh, I'm not sure. See, my doctor. Sorry, I got them mixed up. They're both in the same mall.
You just forget about that old doctor. I know a little bit about physical therapy myself.
I'm sure you do, but
In fact, if it'll make you feel any better, I have a complete nurse's outfit hanging up in my closet.
I hate you. Anyway, on him.
Oh, good, here they are. Come in, girls.
Hi, I'm Marlon. This is Jackie.
We're from the knock out on us. Like why you used us. Like why you're speaking better English than Sylvester Stallone.
Peppy, what is this all about?
The violin. In 2 days, I have an audition for the Juilliard School of Music.
Yeah, right. And I'm Jimmy Swiggert's favorite way to pass a lonely afternoon.
Sure took you a long time to spell Welcome Magda.
Oh, I thought that'd be too boring. So instead, I decided to depict Magda's escape from Czechoslovakia.
But isn't that barbed wire?
Isn't it amazing what you can do with icing?
Come on, that's not unreasonable.
Please, they're 85 years old. It takes Mildred 10 minutes to roll down her stockings.
Girls, you'll never guess what I got in the mail today.
If it's another one of those adult toys in the back of a sleazy magazine, I'm not interested.
I am. Let me see it.
Ma, could you eat a little more quietly, please?
These are Fritos. You want me to swallow them whole? Hi, everybody.
Hi, Blanche.
Oh, the baby gone?
No, Rose is driving him around to get him to sleep.
Why is he still here?
Well, Ted needs some minor surgery, so they're still at the hospital. What about Virginia?
Well,
And after lots of hard work and long hours, 10 years later, I own the company. And now I own a lot of companies with branches all over the world. And the amazing thing is, the work is just as exciting to me now as it was the day I started. How about some champagne?
She's leaving. I just don't know what to do.
Let me get the cheesecake and we'll talk. Oh, my God.
Blanche, what's wrong?
Here we are in the middle of a crisis, and there's no cheesecake.
Didn't we buy one yesterday?
Yes, but I found 2 gray hairs.
Blanche, you're over 50.
St. Olaf has been using mousse ever since I can remember. Of course, it's his own professional secret which part of the mousse he uses. But it'll keep your hair in place in winds up to 130 miles an hour.
I just don't believe you, Rose.
just... At Doug's wake, people got up and said wonderful things about him. But he wasn't there to hear it. I don't want that to happen to me. I want to hear how people feel about me. I want to be there to listen as they salute my grace, my wit, my inner beauty.
Ma, writers cost money.
That letter to Rose.
You what?
I wrote that letter myself. I made up a name and I answered Rose's ad.
Blanche, how could you? She thinks someone took an interest in her.
Well, someone did, me.
But what if she expects another letter from this guy? What if she decides...
Hey, you got any decent nectarines?
There's nothing wrong with those nectarines.
Please, I got a bowl of wax bananas that'll be right before these,
You're crazy. This nectarine...
Did you call about buying the Citrus Festival plate?
Yes, I did.
Oh, Rose, you're beautiful.
How much do you want for it?
Well, they're pretty rare. There's only 5 of these. I'd say $2,000.
$2,000 a plate? What is this, a Republican fundraiser?
Look, these plates are collector's items.
The body cures itself. We doctors just help it along.
Actually, I'm starting to feel a little hot. What do you suppose could be causing that?
Have you checked your thermostat?
Why don't you check it for me?
Okay, where is it?
You spent 9 years in med school. Find it yourself.
As I can, and I'll bet by the time I'm through, she'll be as anxious to save that tree as we are. Hello, Miss Claxton. This is Rose Nyland. How are you? Well, I've never sat on one before, but wouldn't that be painful?
What do you mean? Would you seriously consider selling the house?
Well, no. I mean, I don't think so. You have to admit this is an awful lot of money. Frankly, more than I think the house is worth.
And as your agent, 3% of it is mine. What do you say, Blanche? Do we close the deal?
Oh, thank you, Blanche. That was a great idea.
It's great bringing two idiots closer together.
I think that's the motto of the St. Olaf Telephone Company.
I'm getting nervous. Just think to...
Did Ma Butch and Sundance steal your seat on the bus?
A miserable day at work. That stupid manager docked me a half a day's pay because I said hello to the customers.
You're not allowed to say hello to the customers?
Not at Pecos Pete's Chow Wagon. You have to say howdy. As a matter of fact, you have to say howdy, partner. How about a saddle?
You certainly wouldn't have worn those shoes with that dress.
Oh, now, just a minute here, Mr. DeKimmel. I see no reason for you to be insulting my friend Rose or her shoes. Oh, my Lord, look at those things. Well, the Pilgrims landed in nicer shoes.
Yes, do forgive me, ladies.
What the matter with you two? You just met. You don't even know each other.
This is how the Eskimos do it, Dorothy.
Listen, whatever it is you might think you're feeling, it's just your hormones playing tricks on you.
Ears now. Well, we aren't going to waste this day. We have to do something constructive.
Jeopardy is on in 15 minutes.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go.
I'll just slice up this cake and bring it in.
Sophia, don't you have to go back to work?
Please, I don't perform brain surgery. I give people directions to the cafeteria.
I'm not going to let you do this. Blanche is in a very fragile state up there. I'll be damned if I'm going to let you treat her like a common criminal.
Dorothy, it's all right. I'm coming down.
Blanche, you're out.
Blanche, what happened? What changed your mind?
Grammy came. She told me it was time.
Are you okay, honey?
Let me open my own Social Security check. Best friend, yeah, right.
That little exercise certainly did not enhance things around here.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. After Ma blabbed the truth, you turned the silent treatment into an art form. Howard, could you get me another champagne, please?
Roger, be a dear and get me one, too.
I haven't seen them anywhere.
Oh, my God, Dorothy, what if he turns out to be some kind of depraved ex-convict who's kidnapped Rose and is dragging her across 7 states on a rampage of violence and destruction unparalleled in the annals of modern crime? What are you doing here?
No, it's Lucy and Ted's baby. Ted had a little accident water skiing, and Lucy's taking him to the hospital.
Now, we cannot have a baby in this house. My sister's coming.
Does she eat them?
I have cleaned this house from top to bottom. I have killed myself for 2 days now. Babies make a mess.
In diapers.
Bottom half is as good as his top half. I'm in love.
Boy, the timing of Jerry's visit works out perfectly for me. See, his birthday is in 2 weeks, and the office is giving him a surprise roast. So I have to come up with 1 or 2 things that I can kid him about. I can get away with it because he considers me a good friend. Andy, he's my cameraman. Andy, these are my friends. Where do you think we should set up?
I'm not sure, Mrs. Nyland. To tell you the truth, this is my audition, too. How about over there?
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
The blind, videotaping the blind.
Here goes.
And
It was the Crimea River matinee at the Rialto. I'll be back. I'm going to change and I'll make us some tea.
Blanche, would you mind if I spoke to Dorothy privately?
Mind? Why, of course not. And listen, don't you worry. Your secret is safe with me.
I guess I wasn't thinking.
That's your problem, Michael. You go through life not thinking. You go from town to town, job to job, obviously, relationship to relationship. Michael, you're 29 years old. When are you going to grow up and accept some responsibility?
Look, I'm sorry about what happened. And I'm sorry.
It wasn't a string, it was a piano wire. Actually, it wasn't your finger, it was your neck. Anyway, it was very popular. In fact, piano wire was our village's 2nd biggest export. You know what our biggest export was?
No.
Too bad, I don't remember either.
Hi, everybody. Oh, Rose, don't move, honey. She's got the teddy bear and a water pistol. What?
Rose, it won't sound any less ridiculous if you hear it again.
You found my teddy. Where was he?
You didn't tell her?
Tell me what?
I think the price.
Supposed to do. It wasn't some colossal joke, you know. I mean, didn't you think it was a ridiculous thing to do the first time?
No. Well, I certainly didn't wait for my wedding night, honey. I could.
It's a family tradition. It means the oldest niece has to give the eulogy. Well, not literally. Literally, it's a herring poacher you can wear as a sun visor. The family got together and they decided that was close enough.
Rose, I take
this, but I think Rose got the brains in that family.
Meet me out front, Dorothy. I'm going to pull the car around.
But hold it. I told you last night, we don't do any
So now there are 3 tasks I must perform before tomorrow's moonrise, or you are doomed.
And the 3 tasks are?
Kiss a fool, help a holy man, reveal betrayal of a loved one.
Oh, come on, Ma. That superstitious nonsense. You know, step...
You say? It was my high school graduation. I was valedictorian.
You were valedictorian?
Yes. I was 4th out of 19 graduating seniors. Anyway.
Wait a minute. Rose, if you were 4th, how were you chosen valedictorian?
It's got his schnoz down her blouse. This begins a beautiful love affair. Kids, I was that peasant girl. And the schnoz was Charles the Mole.
Charles the Mole?
Yeah, Charles the Mole. He was the wheelman.
This food, except for the carrot raisin salad. I've never understood carrot raisin salad.
No, Mrs. Taylor, it's Flintstone, not Flintstein. Lovely neighbors you got there, mister.
No, get away. Go over there. Move.
Okay, take it easy.
Wonders with Stan. You know, he's gotten him to transfer his love for me to a fake monkey.
What are you talking about?
Well, it really is very simple. You see, studies show that when baby monkeys are taken away from their mothers, they can transfer their love.
Thursday. Now, that check better be on my desk tomorrow or you will regret it, believe me. Understand? All right. I'll talk to you later, Dad. Oh, well, what have we decided?
You passed, John.
Fine. I'll do what I can.
Well, goodbye.
Ma, you promised you'd stay in your room until the meeting was over.
Who am I, Alf? I was hungry.
You were spying.
So what? He's a wimp, Dorothy.
For your information, Gil Kessler is a very bright man, an honest and devoted civic leader, and probably the biggest wimp I've ever...
over.
Yeah, right. You're starting over because you've lost all of your...
Constraint, my ties. I feel like now I can begin to live again. I can do anything. I can even do what you... What is it you do again, Dorothy?
I'm a substitute teacher.
Oh, no, I'd be a real teacher.
Queen, think about it in your room, Your Highness. I need to use the throne.
You're a wonderful plumber's assistant, Dorothy.
I am talking about my job at the museum.
Of course you're competent, Blanche. I mean, they wouldn't have kept you for 5 years if you weren't.
Well, then why do you think my boss is constantly looking over my shoulder?
I would guess a plunging neckline and a push-up bra.
I swear, sometimes I think I just want... Oh. It's been so long. Boy, you look... It's been so long.
I know, and you look exactly the way you did at our high school graduation. Of course, rumors were that you were 3 months pregnant.
Ma'am, we're evacuating the entire neighborhood, so the three of you are going to have to put away the fight until we get down to the shelter. We will be waiting in the car.
Oh, come on now. You can't shoot them.
I cannot shoot them. I can only shoot looters.
Oh, I understand. Stan, pick up the TV on your way out, will you?
Because Blanche is going to sell the house and we can't live together?
No, I'm upset because Joe Piscopo didn't get the lead role in Rain Man. Oh, of course I'm upset about the house. Ma, it's 2 a.m. Where have you been?
I stuffed pillows under the sheets so I could fool you during bed check. What is the...
Normally, I wouldn't be this concerned, but her resistance is very low. That, coupled with her age, makes these next few hours extremely critical.
Are you saying that my mother could die?
We're doing everything possible. All we can do right now is wait and see how she responds to treatment.
Can I see her?
Not until she's out of intensive care. The best thing you can do now is go home and get some rest.